Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
I mean, well, damn, look, the men got the mask and they just leave the females like,
Listen,
We're G's. We are real G's. We are G's up in here. No, thank you.
welcome to the Rap Delites podcast. Home of organic hip-hop commentary. No gossip, no cultural appropriation, no gentrification, just pure dialogue from kings and queens who love DJing, MCing, breaking, and graffiti. Streaming on, but not exclusive to Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Facebook. What's going on, people?
the Corona edition.
The Corona edition, you know what I mean? I don't trust these mofos, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
You
know what I mean?
Where's some alcohol?
Some alcohol, some sanitizer.
Oh, I got the sanitizer 2 for $20.
Use the Henny. The Henny will work.
The Henny will work too.
The Henny will clean
Listen, we got
anything.
masks. Y'all want masks?
No, thank you. I'm good.
We got mask here. You can hold on to that one.
I'll hold on to it.
Hold on the mask right there.
I'll use it as a bracelet.
This is what we're doing over here. You know what I mean? What the fuck are you spraying?
What is you doing?
Some alcohol.
Stop spraying.
Let's get into it, man. I am Bats.
It's a disinfect.
Can I do my spill?
Go ahead.
I am Bats, Mouth Almighty, the Fresh Grinch, the Potty Mouth podcaster himself, the host and moderator of the Rap Delight podcast, and I am bringing you all the Rap Delights podcast streaming from West Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Yo, this fucker is hot. I can wonder why. Let me see.
Yo, it be people walking around with this shit. This shit fog up your glasses. And
No,
shit.
I got it.
And you got the glasses on too? Like, I can't.
It's like my best rendition of a gas mask. You know.
I should have brought my Gorilla Republic.
Today's episode is sponsored by Corona. You know what I mean? In the spirit of the coronavirus. Had
I known, I would have brought a twist of Lyme disease. I would have.
Man.
I would have brought that. I cut a lime earlier today.
I got limes upstairs.
I cut some Lyme disease earlier today.
Okay, all right. So yeah, streaming on all platforms, not exclusive to Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Facebook. I already gave you who I am, so I'm gonna introduce you to your hosts. I got my brother over there, TSK1, graffiti writer, artist extraordinaire. What's good, bro? How was your week?
Very up and down, back and forth. I started the new job and it's got me busy.
So what are you doing now? Porn?
It look like he's straight off of Vice right now.
What are you doing now? Porn?
Some different,
different
like a
things?
matador dancer. I'm all over the place. They got me over here. They got me over here. They got me over there. A little bit of this, a little bit
This
of
shit is
that.
hot.
You know what I'm saying? They keep me busy. But when I get there, I feel guilty for barely working.
I never feel guilty about that. I never feel guilty about that. No, less work, the better. Only time you should be working real hard is if your name's on the side of the building. You know what I mean? That's my motto.
Yeah.
But whatever. So your week's been good.
Mine's been awesome.
Got some new wheels, I saw.
Kinda.
Yeah, I seen that. Congratulations to that. Let's get it.
That other one. I don't see him no more.
So you jumped it?
I don't know what they doing with it.
Oh, you took it to the dealership.
Yeah, that was part of the trading.
Okay,
This is
okay.
the other
Okay, yeah. You got a new one.
It's the other car.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what they doing to that.
Oh yeah, fuck it. They probably scrapped it or whatever like that.
For like a few hours, like almost like 12 hours or something like that, I had 2 cars.
There you go. You was a boss.
Yeah.
You was like Sam.
I was like, wow.
You was like Sam. Sam got 2 cars, in-ground pools, all that shit. You know what I mean?
I ain't got no money.
We went to Sam. Congratulations, Sam's had. We talked about that last week, but congratulations, Sam had a birthday last week.
Congratulations,
You know what I
Sam.
mean?
Happy belated birthday, Sam.
On completing another trip around.
Yeah. So we went. I went up to Sam's house way out there in the fucking boondocks, out there in the sticks and shit. Were you out there? Like Fort Washington, shit like that?
You gotta get on 95.
You gotta get on 85, 95, 476, all that shit. You know what I mean?
Turnpike.
Dare crossings and shit.
The Blue
The
Route.
Amish.
Railroad.
The railroads, the Amish, everybody was out that motherfucker. But yo, shout out to my man Sam, you know what I mean? I respect Sam even much more because Sam's dedication to not only this podcast but the Film Freaks podcast and everything like that.
Distance?
For taking that fucking route. That's a route. To get here on time every Saturday, that's a route.
Ain't nothing to
You know what I mean? We got that fucking apartment on wheels out there, so you good. You know what I mean? So that's what's up. It's getting hot, ain't it? Yeah, that shit get hot. Motherfuckers walking around that shit all day, y'all got that.
It get annoying. Yeah. Like,
All right, so shout out to my brother TSK1.
please, sir.
We got my sister over there, Kia Sabrina with a Vanity 6 outfit on. Woo! You wanna come with me? Do you come a nasty girl?
I was actually Foley doing that shit.
Yeah. What is that, lace?
Can't with you guys. It's lace. It's lace. Ladies love lace.
Oh my God.
Men love it
Kidding
too.
me right
Yes,
now?
men love to see the lace and take the lace
Oh
off.
my
Yes.
God. Here we go.
You know what? Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm a vouch for that.
Yeah, laces, what's up? How was your you took a trip?
I did.
You was down there hanging out in can I say?
You can say.
She was down there in Memphis. You know what I mean? Oh, hold up.
Oh boy. Hold up.
No. I got it.
You sure?
I got it.
You.
I got it. Don't worry.
Yo. I mean,
That took me for a
hacking and spraying.
I got it.
Come on, man. If we die, I'm not really worried about this shit, though. You know what I mean? We done lived through Y2K, Ebola, chicken flu, mad cow disease. Until I see motherfuckers like dropping dead on the streets, like falling out on the streets dead or turning into zombies,
Like
I ain't too worried.
like that everything just bleeding out of that nose.
Yeah, and all
every
that shit.
orifice.
Then I'll be worried. So, how was Memphis?
It was beautiful. I love Memphis. Very historic, very beautiful. It's fun. I had a great time.
That's what's up.
You go past the motel where
Yeah, Lorraine Divine Hotel. Yep, I went past. I went to the
assassinated.
yeah. I went to the National Civil Rights Museum. I went to a home that once helped the slaves from the Underground Railroad escape. So we went to a lot of interesting places. Very beautiful city, and I love Bill Street. So yeah.
Were you down there with a booth thing?
I was not. On that note, happy belated birthday. I missed your birthday. I was not here, but this is something for you.
Yeah, we can drink this right on the show. I know it's a bar.
Yeah.
We gotta do it like this. You want a sip? What we got? Can we get a look at that?
Here you go.
This Sam shit right here, that Gentleman Jack right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get a cup, I'll give y'all a sip. You know what I mean? We'll keep it right in the brown bag like this.
How'd you know to get that for?
I knew because Ty helped me.
Ty
I
helped
said,
you out?
Ty, what does he like? And Ty gave me a list of
list
what you
of
like.
shit?
He gave me a list of what you like. Not just one thing.
A list for a lush. He gave her a lush list.
He said, this is what my brother likes.
Okay, that's what's up. Thank you, Kia Sabrina, and thank you, TSK1, for your contribution to the jam.
That glad I could do some kind of service, whatever is possible.
Do you want to do that thing that you did before the show right now? You want to give us some of that? Nah, you good? TSK gave us a little inspiration before. He don't want to give it to us now. That's okay.
Nah, it was personal. It was for y'all.
It's for the fucking everything's for the pod. Everything's for the pod. Content.
Well, blame the camera dude because he wasn't.
He wasn't ready. You
That
supposed to be
was
fucking
some
rolling.
dope ass shit.
You supposed to be fucking
If he would
rolling.
roll that shit,
Yeah, he was
I
fucking
wouldn't even
rolling.
have been mad either. I would have like,
Yeah,
you know
let it
what? You know
roll.
what? Put
Let it
it
roll.
on.
Hold on.
Chop all that shit. You
Oh,
know.
you was wrong. You got that?
I got that.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what's up.
I'm not.
That's what's up.
I meant all that shit.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
You could put it. You could put it in the world, and I'ma stand on it. But you got to get every fucking word, even from the beginning.
Okay.
In the spirit of
The Million Man March.
indeed.
Yeah, shout out to that.
Shout out.
So your Memphis trip was good.
Yes.
TSK1 got a new car. Chrissy Mac, what's good? Got Chrissy Mac over here.
I don't own that.
Educated Ignorance Music Group. You know what I mean? What you got going on good, Mac?
Well, you know what? I was invited to be a panelist at NYU for March Majesty event sponsored by Vital Grounds honoring women in hip hop. And thank you. It was supposed to take place. It was supposed to take place at the end of the month, but because of the coronavirus, it got canceled.
Okay.
Canceled?
But it got canceled for right now until everything blows over. They're gonna try to reschedule something. May maybe like a later date.
Oh, word?
Okay.
Whatever.
Is it
so,
gonna be on a Friday? Like I remember you.
I hope not.
It'd be.
It's difficult to get up. It's difficult for me to get up there on a Friday. I was having a hard time with this.
Yeah, well, at least the whole reschedule thing, maybe you can coordinate something better. You know what I mean? I mean, shout out to the coronavirus.
So I was
you know
definitely excited about that.
Coronavirus fucking bringing life out here. You know what I mean?
And yeah. Also, I got some. You know, I've done a lot in music. One thing I have not done. And it's ironic because it was the first thing I did when I was in school for music was get my FCC license to broadcast on radio. So that's one thing I haven't done is have my own radio show. And I kind of threw it out there to the universe, saying I foresee a radio show coming. And
you thought it into existence.
I got some people that hit me up and want to talk to me once they finish changing studios. So I'm not going to announce what station yet, but it looks good for me, y'all.
Oh, man.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Every action is preceded by a what? Thought.
There you go. That's what's up. Anybody want to ask me how
My
my week
manifest
was?
matter. How was your week?
Everybody, let's do
How
it in
was your
unison.
week?
How was your
How
week,
was your
Dads?
We so off.
Y'all so off. Look at y'all. Y'all ain't shit.
But we ready for time.
My week was pretty good. What did I do? Dodging the coronavirus. You know what I mean? Hanging out.
You like the Matrix and shit?
Listen. That shit don't move me none. Like I went to the movies. You know what I mean? I was at the movies, right? So I got my little popcorn and shit.
Wasn't nobody in there?
It was like 3 or 4 motherfuckers in the movie theater, right? So I got my popcorn and I'm eating my popcorn, and like a kernel got stuck. So I'm like, dude looked at me like. I'm like, nah, I'm good. It was on some shit like, you think if I was gonna murk you out, they see you coughing, they're like, you infected, get him, like that type of jump. But it was cool. You know what I mean? I went to like 2 movies. I went to two movies on Thursday, 2 movies yesterday. Got a pedicure. Then I went to the bar. I'm exposed. You know what I mean? I'm out there in these streets. Y'all motherfuckers quarantine yourself. I'm out here in these motherfucking streets.
I'm on the front lines though. My part-time job outside of music, I'm on the front line.
Yeah, you out there. You know what I mean? Motherfucking the supermarkets. The only thing left in the supermarkets is dog food and black licorice. It's fucking crazy out there.
All the water at the fresh grocer, 56th Street, man. I walked in at all that shit. And me, I be thinking I'm special because I drink the special water. I drink the distilled
that shit was
water.
going too.
And the distilled water is in the detergent aisle. I was like walking past like I get to the distilled water. The shelf was like
Yeah, that shit was going too.
That shit was going too.
Yeah, we was up there, and so we got a bunch of cases of water, and we didn't have a lot of space. So Nikki was like, "Well, we're gonna just put it outside in the back." I said, "You can't put the water outside. It's fucking dire conditions out there. You know what I mean? You gotta keep that in stockpile in the house. Motherfuckers be
I bought
stolen.
toilet paper on my break. I had to cover it up with a towel.
Motherfuckers will get you out in these
Smash my
streets.
window open.
Motherfuckers will get you out in these streets. You know what I mean? You gotta keep that shit. That's what's up. But yeah, my week was good. No complaints. You know what I mean? But I got a question for you all. Are you ready to pod?
Let's do it.
Ready?
Let's do it. All right, let's get into it. All right, speaking of the coronavirus, South by Southwest is sticking to their policy of not refunding any money for the people who bought tickets because they canceled because of this coronavirus. Y'all hear about this?
I heard about this. This is a D-bag thing to do. Those who know what D-bag means, it's a very douchebag thing to do. But it's not because it's personal. It's all business. It's all about insurance. And I didn't know how deep that insurance is fucking in everything, man. Insurance is in between your toes.
Yeah.
So this is about whether the insurance can cover, these type of calamities or incidents like this specifically, and it doesn't. And they guess what? Y'all lost your money.
Yeah, y'all lost your money because it's a clause. Even if let's say they wanted to cancel for any other reason, it was just a clause inside you buying those tickets. That's a part of it. You know what I mean? So they standing on it and they like, nah. You know
why though, right? It's because the money's already spent.
Yeah, they already did. Yeah, that.
Major League Baseball, and this has recently happened. Major League Baseball, on the tickets, they say there is a disclaimer that if a ball is hit into you're not paying attention and the ball is hitting to the stands and you get hit,
That's on you.
that's on you. And no, this is true. But guess what? People have found a way around this, and Major League Baseball has now, resorted to putting up nets around the whole entire, which basically kind of fucked up the whole experience for some people. But
Yeah, you want to get hit in the face with balls.
It's a way around.
You want to get hit in the face? You want to get hit in the face with balls?
That's funny. That's funny.
But in other news, Dreamville Fest that was going on with J. Cole and his crew, they're rescheduling their festival, and they're actually giving refunds for their festival. You know what I mean? So that's kind of cool for Dreamville and them and everything like that.
Coachella postponed it. You
Yeah.
know, they didn't just they did a solid, which was an awesome thing to do. They just postponed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole thing. I mean, they shutting down Philadelphia schools.
Yeah.
They're shutting down everything.
All the
and-
sports. The March Madness, the tournament, shut down.
down.
The
Pin relays.
the NBA, shut down.
Everything.
Major League Baseball, which is on the cusp of getting ready to start their season.
Yeah, they shut that down. 'Cause I was out drinking.
Hockey.
Me and Nikki was
NHL.
at Applebee's having a couple beers, and I look on the screen. They something about the NBA season was shut. I'm like, wow. Because at first they were talking about just having the players play with nobody in the stands.
Right, yeah, they was like,
they were talking about that.
because they're overseas in Europe. They're performing like soccer games the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's what they were talking about doing. But LeBron, I remember seeing something with LeBron. He was like, "Nah,
Yeah,
I ain't playing
I ain't
that.
doing that shit."
He said, "I ain't playing nobody in the stands. What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? That's your fucking job. It's practice. Well, it's your job. You got to show it regardless. Like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But I get what they're saying, whatever the case may be. Soldier Boy, who invested in a soap company, he making a mint out here in these streets because of this shit. Did you read about this, TSK1? Soldier, listen, Soldier.
Wasn't he on hard times at a point?
I don't know how many hard times. I mean, he was doing things, but Soldier Boy's a hustler.
Yeah, apparently.
Soldier Boy, I mean, he's the part that he started this whole internet rap dude wave back in the day with the YouTube and all that kind of shit.
The
He was
ringtones.
the ringtones. He was one of the first motherfuckers
Right out of college.
to start this whole wave.
Wasn't one of the characters on the Boondocks?
Soldier Boy, I think it was based on him. I think it might have been some kind of variation of him or whatever
But
like
nah,
that.
I mean,
Rapalicious.
kudos.
Rapalicious could have been. Because it was Rapalicious, it was Gangstalicious.
Gangstalicious and
And
Thugnificent.
Thugnificent.
Magnificent, that's what I was thinking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Thugnificent.
Shout out to Get That.
Yeah, shout out to the Boondocks. They supposed to be coming back, right?
That's what I heard.
can't wait.
I'm kind of like,
That's
ugh.
right.
I'm kind of like, damn.
They got a lot
Didn't the sun set on it?
A lot of ammunition.
Yeah, they got a whole lot. They got a whole lot.
But if they not scared to you pull that trigger,
Yeah. But
if they're not scared to fire them bullets in this fucking really fucking social, politically correct era.
yeah, well, you got to listen. We need that.
I know.
Shit, fucking Dave Chappelle just won a fucking what was that? A Grammy or an Oscar for that show that he just did
On Netflix, funniest
Yeah, Netflix.
ever.
Yeah, the Netflix show. He just won. I don't forget whether it was a Grammy or an Oscar. I don't know exactly, but he won one of them
We
motherfuckers.
need that. We need that.
Some parts I was afraid to laugh, even though it was so freaking funny.
I laughed.
I felt like it was so inappropriate, but
Yeah,
on
but
the
you
inside
laughed.
I was cracking up.
But
like,
you
oh my
laughed.
God. I did.
Yeah, you laughed at that shit. You know what I mean?
I did.
He just recently finished up his obligation with Netflix. So I mean, I'm curious to see what Dave C is going to do next.
Well, I know they're supposed to be having like this big concert with Netflix with him, Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Uh,
Billy Crystal's on that.
it's a bunch of motherfuckers, like a
Motherfuckers.
festival.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a festival. You know what I
I forget
mean?
what they was calling that.
I forget what it's called, but
I saw
yeah,
that last
that's
week.
going to be major. You know what I mean? That's going to be major for all of them. You know what I mean?
This big comedy.
It's a Grammy that he won, best comedy album.
Yeah, as he should, because
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle's mad funny. Like
it's a
he
great
is,
one.
he's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to Dave Chappelle.
You know, we should have
Shout out to the
we should have a
coronavirus.
Dave Chappelle party. Like everybody come as a Dave Chappelle character.
Yo,
You're always trying to throw a fucking party over somewhere.
I would be like Prince.
I know.
Prince in the basketball segment where he
Oh, man.
played basketball.
Yeah, you got the shirt for
Yep,
it.
I got the shirt.
You got a frilly lace cravat. You want to set Pixie up so she don't fall. There you go. That's even better.
I would go as Tron.
Oh yeah, I remember that motherfucker. All right, so did y'all hear about? Well, the passing of B.I.G. The anniversary for that just passed, and they had a tribute for him, and Mike Tyson shows up to the tribute uninvited, and he steals Jadakiss' seat. Let me ask you this: if you come to an event, right, and you got an assigned seat or whatever the case may be, and Mike Tyson is sitting in the seat, do you tell him to get up?
You know, this is not the first incident that Jadakiss specifically. Now, Jadakiss, at first time it was the Locks. It was like
when they had a beef with not a beef, but
they was on a red carpet. And it was I think this was on the Drink Champ show when Jadakiss was telling the story.
With Eve?
It was either in Vegas or LA. It was on the red carpet and Mike said that he would fuck the shit out of
Eve. Yeah.
And Eve looked at everybody like
yo, y'all want to fucking check this nigga? Y'all want to check this nigga?
So Kiss was saying, Eve, you might gotta eat that.
Yeah.
So they got a history.
Yeah, they got a history. So if Mike Tyson was sitting down to get a seat at an event, would you ask him to politely get up?
Yeah.
You would?
I would.
You would?
I would.
But he said, nah, man, fuck out of here, young boy.
I ain't get that far yet.
You ain't get that far yet?
But I know I'm saying
something. But you gonna say something to him. Like, yo, Mr. Tyson.
Indeed.
No, I would be respectful about that.
I mean, like...
Kia Sabrina, he would get up.
I'm pouring his ass a drink. I'm gonna be like,
he's gonna get up for you.
Maybe
he's gonna get up for Chrissy. He's gonna get up for
maybe he will.
Me and TSK1 got the beef. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to rustle it.
I'm pulling up a chair next to him.
You gonna pull up next to him?
And if he got a problem, I'm sorry, but you at my table.
My chair.
I mean, you can stay.
He gonna feel threatened by male.
I'm just gonna walk up, Mr. Tyson. How you doing today, sir, Mr. Tyson? Sir. How you doing today? I think you got in the wrong seat. I think that's I think that might be like Buster Douglas seeking somebody. That might be Buster Douglas.
You would tell him you got the wrong.
Now you ain't antagonizing.
I would have tell him. I'm like, listen, I think you might got Buster Douglas seat.
Or Holyfield.
A Holyfield seat. Somebody.
Oh, no.
So one of the niggas that knocked him out. You know what I mean? Yeah, yo, I think you might got. So you might want to. You know. You might want to.
So now you antagonizing. You like you poking him with a stick.
Yeah, because he might get up and go looking for them niggas tonight. Just nuzzle down. You know what I mean? Sit down. You know what I mean? Go look for them niggas.
You know, a little sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Trick.
You gotta do mind tricks on Mike Tyson.
like Eddie Murphy and Mr. T?
Like Mr. T and Eddie Murphy. You gotta do mind tricks on Mike Tyson. You can't sit there and try to be diplomatic with him. Like,
I heard you was talking shit about me.
No, you didn't. Maybe I did. Yeah, so you gotta do a mind trick with Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? Shout out to the champ, Mike Tyson.
Yeah. It's like damn, Kiss can't win with this motherfucker.
Yeah. I did hear that story about Kiss and Eve and everything like that. Cause they was gonna all jump. The Locks was gonna all jump them. And they were trying to get Sheik to go in first because Sheik bigger than everybody.
Right.
So they was gonna get Sheik. They're like, yo, Sheik, you go in, and then we gonna follow you up. You know what I mean? But it ain't that.
As a woman, though, that's how you find out somebody gangster, because every man act hard, and then when you get into a situation like that, and you looking at the homies or the goons that you with, and they all bitch up, and you like,
yo, what's up? I thought y'all niggas was fucking.
Same after that. Right.
Yeah, I can feel that. Absolutely.
That's happened a few times.
Yeah.
And I've experienced, and I'm like,
yeah.
You ain't gangster.
You
ain't gangster.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I come in the door letting them know I'm a bitch ass nigga. You know what I mean? Like, some nigga bigger than me, you might have to eat that.
Motherfucker's stupid, yo.
Oh, man. So we'll be right back. More Rap Delites, more TSK1, more Kia Sabrina, more Chrissy Mack, more Batch. You know what I mean? I'm Batch.
I'm Miss Smith.
And I'm TSK1.
And you're watching Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I I am Batch. That is TSK1. That is Kia Sabrina. That is Chrissy Mack. What's good, Mac?
What's up?
As always, every episode, we always talk about what we've been listening to. This is a chance for everybody on the show to basically showcase new music, old music, their taste in music, and everything above. You know what I mean? So we're going to shoot over here to my brother, TSK1. What you been listening to, bruh?
That's the third one. That's the third one.
I can't express to you how much music I've been listening to. Yeah, I got the alcohol. Y'all can spray me if you want. Y'all got some lights on.
Nah, I'm just going to use this.
Yeah. Mask up.
You guys like slid back like, whoa.
Go ahead, you got it.
So anyway,
I
can't express keep that handy. Y'all need one. Y'all better get. You got plenty of them over there.
At this point,
you already. At this point, you already got it.
Front, I know you dialed up, but you better. You gotta be.
Yeah, at this point, you already got it.
I know y'all don't want to get that on y'all makeup.
Yeah.
So y'all have a mask, a print around your face.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm sorry, did I make a makeup
I got
joke?
extra makeup in the purse.
Yeah, we girls, we travel with our stuff.
Can we get into what you've been listening to?
Again, like I was on some, I can't express how much shit I've been listening to.
Okay.
But most recently, especially driving around and navigating the whole city, circumnavigating the whole fucking city.
In your new car?
I don't own that motherfucker.
Yeah, you do. It's yours. You driving it. It's a Cadillac.
Ain't no Cadillac. Ain't no Cadillac. Nah. So anyway, I just want to follow up with my brother. My brother from Connecticut, Intel Selector.
Okay.
Intel Selector got a new
Shout out to
joint
Intel
out.
Selector.
Indeed. Yeah, exactly. That you put me on to. We made the connection. So Intel got a new joint out. It's called The Wolf, and it's featuring Josiah the Gift. And the beat is produced by King David Beats. And I want to give it a play right here.
Oh, King David, he was on Brick's album too.
Yeah, I mean we all over the place.
Hate at the bitch niggas, they steady looking. I do the hunting.
And this is hard and grimy. You know what I'm saying? And I stay in touch with Intel. I mean, me and Intel, just chop it just on regular shit on a regular basis on Instagram. So this joint, like I said, is called The Wolf. And Intel is going to be performing at on April 25th at the Camp Underground in Brooklyn, New York. I would be remiss if I, tell people. Everybody can get at on the gram at Intel or at Intel Selector. The way it's pronounced. Next week, I want to give a focus to a group from out of Chicago. This is a super group, if you will. Two MCs from different groups that connected to form Buck and Direct. Buck is from Psychodrama and Direct is from Triple Darkness. Both of these crews are affiliated with Noble Wood. I learned about them through Noble Wood. Noble Wood is an MC from Chicago and is Wood Harris. Okay. Noble Wood did the video for this track, which is called Trumpets. The album is called Scattered Bodies, and it is Buck and Direct. Can I get real quick
taste.
A portion of it?
A little taste.
And it's
just to get our beak wet.
I'm gonna come with it this way, yeah.
TSK is a better.
It come off better from the top.
TSK is a better graffiti writer than he is a DJ, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. It come off better from the top though.
Okay.
Excellent.
This shit is real.
And you said Wood Harris produced this?
Wood Harris did the video.
He did the video.
He did the visuals from it. I'll post and share everything because we coming back to we coming back to all three of them.
Okay.
Next week, next episode. This shit right here is like fucking psychotic. I told you this shit is rambunctious. So yeah, I definitely made contact with Buck and Noble Wood, but not extensively, but more so with Buck and just going back and forth inbox and making sure I had all the information right because I don't want to come on this show being half-assed.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? And but yeah,
that's what's up. Shout out to TSK1.
Tisk.
It didn't sound so sexy. I get upset. That shit sounds sexy. You can call me Tisk anytime.
Here we go with the bullshit. Don't get it. Listen, I got a family show going on here.
Come on, man.
A family show?
A family show.
All this alcohol,
drugs, and alcohol. Oh man! So we're gonna shoot over here to my sister Kia Sabrina. What you been listening to, Kia Sabrina?
I've been listening to Jadakiss's new album, Ignatius.
Yeah,
Yep.
we were talking about this last week, right?
Yeah,
Mac?
we talked about it last week, and that's what.
You were in Memphis. Me and Mac were talking about it last week.
Did we talk?
And I don't know where he was.
I was missing that action. I did.
Give you shit.
I did stop by the vinyl tap. So I made contact with Little Dave and Little Dave is all down with coming on the show. You know?
Shout out to Little Dave.
Shout out to Little Dave.
Vibe.
Ill Vibe, definitely.
Yeah.
One of Ill Vibe's finest.
Okay. Kia Sabrina.
So my favorite, of course, is hunting season.
With Push.
With Push. It's really tough. Yeah. So
look. You know what I mean? Listen, Pusha T can do no wrong in my eyes. Motherfuckers talk shit about, he talk about drugs. Yo, Pusha T can talk about drugs. And he could be in a rehab. And still talk about drugs and I wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because he's a specialist. That's what he do. You know what I mean? So Pusha T's Jadakiss hunting season was your favorite joint off of it. Did you hear this joint, TSK1?
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it like the kind of exclusive joint that was on that site. Mm-hmm. And when I read that they wasn't going to release it in the wake of Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
And then when it came out, it was like, I guess they wanted to wait till things died down, but which is cool, I understand, but I always had an idea, like, remember back in the days when MTV Cribs was the rave? Always thought, like, damn, like, somebody, when you, like, say somebody should do, that somebody is you. Mm-hmm. That means, you should write the movie that, or a script, or a little short, or a treatment about how, motherfuckers watch MTV Cribs and go rob them. And go rob celebrities. And then on this particular movie, they in there robbing the celebrities while MTV Cribs show up.
Yeah. There's an actual movie. It's a movie something like that.
Word, you took my fucking idea.
Yeah, I think it's called
what do I do, Chris?
I think it's called the Bling Ring.
The Bling Ring. Yeah, I just recently saw that. It's a true story.
It's called the Bling Ring. It was this like group of kids in like Beverly Hills or whatever like that, and when like celebrities like Paris Hilton or whatever like
Lindsay
that,
Lohan,
and they would like post on social media that they were like in Paris or hanging out at this club or like that. They would go to their house and rob them.
Yeah.
Shout out to them for that.
Yeah.
Rob from the rich. So, anything else on this album that you we talked about it last week. So we want to give you two the floor about this Jadakiss album since y'all weren't here last week. Anything else on the album that you particularly care for, TSK1?
I ain't going front. I didn't really comb through it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it's Jadakiss.
Yeah,
it's Jadakiss, and I don't mean to just take the take the punk way out of this. You know what I mean? But like I said, I ain't really combed through it. You know what I mean? I've been listening to a lot of shit, but I didn't put no time into that.
Into the Ignatius joint?
Nah,
you playing on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit, yeah.
That's what's up.
It's gonna be tough, but I got my head to fit it in.
Yeah. Listen, it's a lot of content out here, and me and you had a conversation about that, about content and being like when we was talking about the Disney Plus, and I'm like, I can't because if I get on that, I'm gonna have a whole like backlog of shit that I'm gonna be trying to catch up with. So I'm like, I gotta be like pinpoint on shit because I got this, and then you got your regular life. You know what I mean? And shit going on. I got fucking Malachi running around. You know what I mean? A whole fucking thing going on over here. So I got to be pinpoint with it.
No, I'm gonna get with that. I'm gonna definitely get with that.
But hunting season, me and Keep It 100 were my favorite joints off this Ignatius album.
Yeah, me was the shit. Like, we featured that on the show. When
the video came out. Speaking of videos, did y'all see the new the K-Slave video with Latifah?
I shared it. I shared it on the gram. I was like, yo. And once I saw that,
we talked about the album last week, but they got the video out for Living Legends with the John with it's Jadakiss, Bun B, and Queen Latifah.
Wow.
On the John, it was dope to see the Queen out in the forefront again.
I love her.
And her level of talking shit, man, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, because it's real.
Right.
You know what I mean? She was talking. She was talking big.
Say 62 films.
I remember.
Like, damn.
I was watching. I think I was watching.
That's what she said.
Yeah, she had a lot of films. A lot of shit that like you wouldn't even know she was in.
A lot of stuff is like production credits and stuff.
I remember she was.
Because her and Shaquem, like the country, they got a studio.
Yeah, they got their own
like a
like
sound
movie company. Yeah, they doing it. I remember was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and he was talking. You know, him and Queen Latifah are both from Jersey or whatever the case may be, and he said like she had like invited him out to a party or whatever the case may be. He was like, Joe Budden got a couple $. You know what I mean? He ain't tapped. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, them parties right there. It's like you that's some money parties right there. He's like, you look at the food. He's like, yeah, that's some money food right there. Like when you go to them, you like these motherfuckers is really getting it. Like Latifah been doing it for a long fucking time. You know what I mean? A long fucking time. Was that 88, 87?
Yeah, 88.
87?
Ladies first, baby.
Yeah, and then the movie shit, and then Chicago and the TV shows,
Living Single,
all that shit.
Yeah.
So, her money long. She got it going on. Shout out to the fucking queen or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
You know what? You got something on your eyelash. I've been forgetting to tell you, but it's really fucking with me.
It's like a piece of cotton or something.
You got something in your beard. You got something in your beard right there. Look at that. See, this is the only reason why we have women on the show.
Wow.
Is to get cotton out of our faces.
You're picking cotton.
Where would men be without women?
Listen, he said picking cotton.
I say that.
No, you didn't. That
wasn't me.
I must have said. Sorry about that. We love y'all.
It's funny though.
You know what I mean?
We wouldn't be shit without you.
We wouldn't be shit without y'all.
Thank you.
Listen, when I conceived of Rap Delites, I could have did a bro show. It would have been easy. I could have got a bunch of niggas sitting around here talking about raps. That would have been really easy. But I was like, man, fuck those niggas. Boring. Like fuck those niggas. Like I don't want to be around a bunch of. It's boring.
Is it a snooze joint?
Not only a sausage fest, but it's boring because it's really gonna guide back to one perspective.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And I didn't want that for the show. I wanted to have a
perspective.
Yeah, I wanted to have a broader perspective on the show. You know what I mean? Even though Chrissy go all dudes sometimes. Am I lying?
North Philly did that.
Yeah. Am I lying?
I'm from North.
So shout out to Jadakiss for his album Ignatius. Shout out to Kia Sabrina. What you been listening to, Mac?
Now see this, I ain't gonna fit into y'all box.
Well, now you doing a Thai ski this week. Yeah.
Shout out to my Dominican neighbors. They've been blasting reggaeton through the back alley all week. Y'all had me in my bag. I didn't listen to hip hop up until yesterday, Friday. So
what's some of this shit they was playing? Like what?
Second, get ready. Let me get ready to dance.
they all got like the same underlying bass
You still got
line.
that shit queued up?
It's playing it.
It's like,
Basically, put it on.
I mean, so what you been listening to,
So
man?
I was listening to like a whole mix of reggaeton, dancehall type music.
You was on your Radio
Raheem
Raheem shit. You challenged you. You was versing them back, playing this shit loud.
See?
This shit.
Yeah. You know how many songs got this same beat?
It's the same shit.
Like 5,000 songs out
Yo,
this beat.
it make it real easy for their
DJs.
DJs.
Mad royalty.
And it's really easy for their DJs. Like, it just blend right in. Blends right in. You know what I mean? Who's that? Beanie Man, Elephant Man, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Blend it in. Flow Rider, Pitbull, all that shit.
Them two girls did that song to that same beat too.
Yeah, everybody do a song to the same beat. You were down in Miami. Were you hearing a lot of this shit?
Yeah, oh my goodness. That's all they play. And our business was in a Cuban community called Hialeah, and you would hear that pop, 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 but just the same. It's like, is it a different song? Yeah, the same one. Every song has their bass.
Look at that nigga.
Hey.
Oh, y'all know nothing about this shit right here, yo. When this summer come, we gonna have a fucking party, and I'm gonna dance.
I actually own that CD though. Like real shit, I own that CD.
That's the shit right there. Listen, when I'm out, yeah, it go down. I fuck with that. You know what I mean? Especially a couple of these, sponsored by Corona. You know what I mean? That's what's up. So that's you giving your Dominican neighbors shit by playing Elephant Man and all that.
So you was playing that. You weren't playing that. You was playing some Elephant Man, right?
That's Elephant
What?
Man.
No, the Dominicans was playing their reggaeton in the back alley.
That's
so,
reggaeton, right?
Yeah, that's Elephant Man though.
but that's considered dance hall.
It is dance
So
hall.
I threw this on. I was throwing this and my shit on.
Okay. All right, yeah. All right, yeah. Well,
That's what's up. You fuck with this shit?
I don't went for some buju, but you know what I mean.
Buju?
Buju Banta.
Yeah, I want some buju.
You and your fucking brother?
Yeah, that's all love. You know what I mean? Don't forget Mike and Peter. You know, working at Pegasus.
Oh, yeah. You was working at fucking
I was
Pegasus
like
with the
front
motherfuckers.
fucking lines.
Yeah, on reggae night.
Give me
You ever been there?
Alizé
Tingling-ling.
We used to go to Pegasus on reggae. What was reggae night? Thursday night.
It was a Thursday.
Thursday night was reggae night.
No.
Friday?
No, Friday was all hip-hop.
I thought Saturday was hip hop.
No, Saturday was hip hop too.
Okay. All right.
Friday and Saturday. It was Thursday.
Thursday night was on reggae night. All right, well, shout
whatever.
shout out to Chrissy and her neighbors for inspiring her.
Shout out to Mike and Peter Clark.
You didn't, yeah, okay. Shout out to Mike and Peter Clark.
Nah, I fuck with them.
Okay, cool, no problem.
I was immature.
Okay, aren't we all? What I've been listening to, I was watching a Royce the 5'9" interview, and he was talking about T Grizzly had dissed Eminem. You know who T Grizzly is?
Who's T Grizzly?
T Grizzly's from Detroit. You know what I mean? Doing this.
Yeah. I heard Royce talk about that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
And Eminem was wanted to do a song with him, and Eminem was like, and then he came out with a song and dissed Eminem.
T Grizzly wasn't patient.
Yeah, whatever the case may be. So me being the dick that I am, I wanted to hear the diss.
How do you
I've heard of him.
Can you hear it on the show?
Well, he got this joint called No Talking. That's the song that he dissed Eminem on. But the album is called Scriptures. T Grizzly Scriptures. He got some joints on here. It's real street shit.
Just don't take no flicks. Go whoever ain't got no pics.
It's like real street shit.
Fuck that bitch, I don't trust that bitch.
Oh,
Took her in the license plate Michigan. Had to quit fucking with dog, he feminine. I run Detroit, niggas talk about Eminem. Talking that shit, I kill you, him.
Yeah, I run Detroit, niggas talking about Eminem. You know what I mean? Talking that shit, I'm coming down Eminem. Yeah, he came at him. Listen, that's hip hop.
Shit.
You know what I mean? We're right or wrong, Ty.
Amen.
That's hip hop. All that.
Amen.
Listen, this is a young boy. Eminem is Eminem, whatever like that. Maybe in his space right now, he feel like he run Detroit, and he said it
At the time, well, not being there, not being at ground zero, but hearing Royce talk about it, basically, Elm was willing to
do a collaboration
to help him, to give him a push. But they were saying like it would be better to wait for a particular time. He couldn't wait. He wouldn't wait, and he felt slighted, and he came out guns blazing.
He fired off.
Hey, in that regard, I can't.
I'm like he said it. He said it.
The plan was this, and
he said. I'm not going. Listen, I don't condone violence at all on no level. You know what I mean? Killing each other, anything like that. I don't condone that at all, on any level. But battling in hip hop, go for it.
Hey.
Fuck it. That's the way I look at it.
That's how he felt.
If that's how he felt. Now you can always take back words.
Have at it.
You know what I mean? You can always.
Yeah, that's like KRS and Shan came on stage at VMB 35, and I was there and I seen it, and they both.
You hug it out. Because you can always take back words. So if that's the way he felt at the moment, that's the way he felt. But he got other joints on here. He got this joint called Add Me Up, that's dope. He got a joint called Young Grizzly World with A Boogie on it. It's a dope album, but it's real street Detroit street shit.
Is there a lot of
Is it real country?
Country? I wouldn't go as far as to call it country. I wouldn't even go as far as to call it trap per se.
Because you
but
go
it's
up
trap-esque.
You go up in the Midwest. That shit can get kind of country.
Yeah, it's trap
for whatever reason.
But usually Detroit is not.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But he
in the Midwest, like St. Louis, Chicago.
Oh, that's different. That's lower. They lower.
But when you go listen, Sam will tell you when we was up in Pittsburgh.
They was country too.
Yeah, they country is a chicken coop up in Pittsburgh. That's just on the other side of Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh country as a chicken coop?
Yeah,
I cannot.
Pittsburgh in a spot where they don't know if it want to be the East. They don't
know what it's going to be.
The Midwest.
Oh, they chose a side. They fucking Midwest.
A side chose them.
Yeah, they get what's up, cuz? Them, Ohio, right, Sam?
Oh, Ohio. I have family in Ohio.
Yeah, what's up, cuz?
And that's my point. Like, that's country.
Yeah, they country. To us, they country.
Yeah, that's country.
To them, they not.
Philly always been its own state.
Yeah. Philly, they own fucking shit. You know what I mean? We from fucking Philly, baby. You know what I mean? Shout out to Philadelphia.
We're just different here.
You know what I mean? Dickhead asshole head, fuck out of here.
Y'all said
Right?
poop ass lay.
Yeah.
My mans, like everybody got a mans.
Yeah.
You know.
But T Grizzly joined. It's dope. You know what I mean? He got some shit on here. He came in.
I don't remember you. They used to call me out, now have me up. They used to call me out.
You can play this in your new wheel.
They used to call me out, now have.
Yeah, but it's dope. T Grizzly scriptures.
I think about it.
Know what I mean?
But I gotta play Jadakiss first.
Yeah, well, you can add this to the list. And that's another reason why we do this segment.
Yeah, among other things.
You know what I mean? Among us, it's like to help everybody else. What?
Yeah, because there's some shit out. There's some
Locksmith?
shit.
Is that a diss?
To who?
Nothing.
I don't know. I don't think so. I ain't hear about it. But yeah, to even for us to be able to like, okay, damn, you know what I mean? Let me check that out later in the game, whatever like that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have never got on a lot of shit if it wasn't for like shit that you brought to the table, or whatever like that. And definitely Chrissy brought to the table. You know what I mean? So shout out to the Rap Delites crew in their segment. What you've been listening to. We're gonna be right back. More Rap Delites. No cultural appropriation. No gentrification. You know what I'm saying? Put more of this fucking Grizzly.
Corona break.
Corona.
They used to call me out.
I got the corona.
What's going on, people? I'm Bats, Mouth Almighty, the Fresh Grinch, the Potty Mouse podcaster himself, and you are watching Rap Delites. Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast, home of organic hip-hop commentary. No gossip, no cultural appropriation. I got my brother TSK1 over there. We got Kia Sabrina over there. We got Chrissy Mack over there, and I am Bats. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is Saturday. Yesterday was Friday. Albums dropped on Friday. And we got a bomb that dropped last night, or yesterday morning. Electronica album dropped. A written testimony, and we're going to give our hot takes on that. We're going to shoot over here to my brother TSK1. Did you hear this Electronica album, a written testimony?
Yeah, I was kind of like vague about, you know, when I mentioned like I can't express to you how much shit I've been listening to, and I didn't want to, you know, I wanted to keep this segment fresh, so that this segment can breathe. So I definitely wasn't going to mention it. But I've been listening to it. I've been like, you know, kind of just driving around like I ain't had nowhere to go, but just listening to it. You know what I mean? And I think it's I got a lot of feelings about it. You know what I mean? Some positive, some on the fence, but nonetheless, everything is for a reason. I think this album and its content is very important from a very intimate perspective. This album and the content and what is in him as a man, this message, that word, is as important as that word, those people, Minister Farrakhan and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that put that word in him. And most notably, God, Master Fard Muhammad. That, for those who don't know, but you will. My point is, in hip hop in 2020, and him carrying the teachings in that word, I think it's explicitly important to support this project. You know, not being so much about the man, J Electronica, because we all, you know, I don't know brother personally. We all got our shit with us, but it's important that, you know, God has a plan for him. And I spoke with some of the believers who know and walked and soldiered with him, and in rhyme in different crew in rhyme crews with him. We're in a group, and who know him intimately, and so but another aspect that that it's kind of cool when your boss breaks your balls to a degree by getting on your project to say, come on, by holding you to your. He's you know, Jay-Z was such a pal by getting on his project, by holding him to his contractual obligation. You know what I mean? He was signed to Rock Nation in
2010.
Exactly. That's
10 years ago.
10 years. to be kind of lollygagging, and this is one of the things that I spoke to a brother about. But I think it's very important. Not to get long winded, and not to, but it's very, very important. I like it. I like it a lot. I can't wait till we go, through the track
list and everything like that.
Because, but yeah, you know what I mean. Lastly, I am sad. I'm very sad that Jay-Z is all over it.
Okay. Kia Sabrina?
I just like to piggyback on what Ty said. Like, I feel like this is an intimate portrait into the life and the everything of kind of like Jay Electronica. And also, I feel like it's a work of art. Like, you listen to some music and you don't feel like it's a work of art. You kind of feel like it's put together. I feel like, okay, he was signed to Roc Nation 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. I kind of feel like this was worth the wait. And I beg to differ, I do love that Jay-Z is on the album.
I know.
My favorite tracks are number 2 and number 3. And the instrumentals are in fucking sane. Can I say fucking?
Yeah, you can say that.
In fucking sane. In fucking sane. Like, on number 3, I had like so many emotions on number 3. The blinding with Travis Scott and Jay-Z. Like, how it goes from, it's just like tribal to hard to smooth to sexy, like back to smooth. The instrumentals were amazing on this album, so it was definitely worth the wait.
Okay. Chrissy Mack, what do you feel about a written testimony, Jay Electronica?
Everybody already knows I am a Jay Electronica fan. I was waiting for this. I was mad at the doubters and the haters saying this was never going to come out. I said, watch when it come out. You're going to listen. And they all listened. Whether they like it or they hate it, they all listened to it.
Yeah, you posted about it.
Yes.
Like fire sign.
Oh, man. You know I was on the live stream. I was lucky enough to catch the live stream. And that was love that he did that and let us hear it early before it actually...
they were supposed to be doing a thing on Tidal.
But I don't have Tidal.
No.
So I was glad they did it.
Yeah, but they canceled that because of the coronavirus.
Right. This album, to me, it let me get my words correct because it's you know what I mean. I gotta pick the right words for this album. It's definitely a work of art. Music.
It is artsy.
Music is an extension of an individual's soul.
Indeed.
We all live on different frequencies. That's what we resonate with things and people and music and sounds and vibrations that are on the same frequency as us. That's why everybody doesn't get this album. The people were saying it was underproduced, and I disagree. I think if you threw too many big beats on there, that the message coming across on this album, when it came across the way that it did, I love the way that it's set up. I had this whole album on repeat. Universal Soldier is probably one of my favorites. Shiny Suit Theory, we all know that's been out. That was definitely one of my favorites. Fruits of Nature. The Blinding.
We'll go through the track list.
Okay, yeah, but for me, it was definitely a work of art, and
I think
I'm pleased with the project. And the thing about Jay-Z, a lot of people is like, oh well, of course I would have liked to hear a whole album, and I think another one is coming. But at the same time, if Jay-Z was giving anybody a verse at all, I think, and he gave you 8 verses, I'm sure everybody would have put all 8 Jay-Z verses on the album too. So I ain't mad at that. I'm
not angry at it.
But I'm just saying people out there was mad at it.
I understand.
You know what I mean? But
yeah, I understand why he's there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I saw it a very personal and intimate, source, and we talked about it. We talked about it, today, and it is what it is. And I don't want to go into that because that's too personal.
Yeah, it's too personal stuff. All right, my feelings on it is. I like the album. It came out, and I woke up in the morning time, and I was on some shit like I was trying to figure out the medium I was going to listen to it on first. So I went downstairs. I got my earphones, my good ones, and I took it upstairs, and I was listening. I was off all day yesterday, so I listened to it in my earphones while I was just sitting in bed, drinking my tea, and I listened to it at first spin. Then I got it in the car, and I listened to it like 4 times in the car. You know what I mean? Listen to it again, and then when I got back home. I listen to it on my computer through my Bose system and everything like that. So I then dedicated about 6 hours to this album, just spinning it back and forth. And let me tell you, it's a good project. Yeah. It's a really good, and I'm leading with the positive.
Yeah.
It's a good project. It's dope. I mean, every track on it, even from the opening. Like, the opening comes on, and they got the minister talking and stuff like that. I'm like, yes. Then they got the second song comes on, and the minister talking again. I'm like, yes. But the problem is, and I understand what you're saying about having Jay-Z on the project, but if you're gonna do it, this for me, this isn't Jay Electronica's debut album. It's not. This is a collaboration album with him and Jay-Z.
Yeah. 40 Days, 40 Nights.
Yeah, this is a
a
collaboration album between Jay-Z and Jay Electronica. This isn't his debut album. This isn't what this is. Let me just finish up.
I'm sorry.
Just from the feel of it, when I've rhymed before, I've written songs, I've produced songs, I've been in studios, I've worked on projects, and the very first voice you hear is Minister Farrakhan. Then you hear Minister Farrakhan's voice on the second track. Then the first rhyme you hear is Jay-Z's. That's the very first rhyme you hear on this album. Not Jay Electronica. This is supposed to be his album. He's supposed to, and I've heard albums before where other people opened the album up, but this was already established artists who already had their shit together and already had albums. I remember when Memphis Bleak opened up the third Jay-Z album. But Jay-Z is already done, and he already did his album, or whatever like case may be. And then I heard a lot of people talking about he has 10 tracks on here. He gave us 9 verses on an album. That's not an album to me. I love the project. The music is good, but this isn't a Jay Electronica album to me. Because if any other artist would have did this, we'd be trashing them right from the rip. Any other artist, if Nas would have did this, I would have gave Nas the dick. Every fucking song I would have gave him the dick. Like yo, fuck you Nas, fuck you Nas.
Every inch,
all 5 inches. You know what I would have gave.
You know what though? This is exactly what I expected him to do, though. That I have to say, I kind of expected it, so I'm not.
Just to let me finish up. Jay Electronica is a great MC.
He's a brilliant
MC.
Brilliant lyricist.
And people confuse a lot of times when we talk about hip hop and rap music, they confuse the two. Hip hop is the hip hop culture, right? MCing, DJing, graffiti, and breaking. You could be great at all of those mediums, or just one of those mediums, or whatever the case may be, and be great at it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you want to capitalize on it and get it into industry. Jay Electronica is a great MC. I don't really think that he cares about putting out music to the industry. I don't think he does. Him signing to The Rock was just a happenstance. I think they came to him and they said, we're gonna give you this. He said, fuck it.
It's not a career for him.
Yeah, it's not something that
he's got other things going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not something that he wants to do. And that's great. That's fine. Graffiti writers that they don't give a fuck about selling paintings and all that kind of, they don't give a fuck. That's fine. That's fine. And I think that's where Jay Electronica is. And I think that this project is a contractual project that he was made to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he had to do it, and it's out here, and we're listening to it. But this is not a Jay Electronica debut album in my eyes. I'm still waiting.
Like, today I spoke to, shout out to Brother Sultan Muhammad, Master Sue.
Shout out to Brother Sue.
In talking to him today, he said that the album that had a purple tape kind of feel to it. What I mean? It was like it wasn't Raekwon as much as it was with Ghostface Killah. It was like you said, it's a definite collaboration.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that alluded to.
It was and a lot of it, like, fuck, you got Shiny Suit Theory on here. That shit is what, like 10 years old?
It is.
Like, what the fuck?
It is.
Like, what the fuck? I remember grinding Nas up because he had halftime on his album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember like, oh, I already heard that. You know what I mean? That shit was on the soundtrack and he put it on the album. This Shiny Suit was like 10 years ago. I would have felt better if you'd have put like all the exhibits on here. I would have felt better. At least I got some more of him on it. You know, if you had Exhibit A and Exhibit, if you had that on this album, I would have been better off. Like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean?
And the reason why I think it's so underproduced because, like, track for track, for me, I think if you gave some meat in between, it's like the bones need cartilage and gristle to connect. If you had some kind of something in between track for track, like an interlude, something, something. I mean, you've been all over the internet and everywhere for years.
Yeah.
So people know you but don't know you. People don't know you but think they know you. Let us know you. Let us get
You don't learn anything about Jay Electronica on this album.
No.
You don't learn anything.
I'm sad that Jay-Z was all over it because if this is supposed to be a debut Jay Electronica album, I don't feel I got it either. I was like, I felt held back. I felt Jay-Z's nice. And it's like, damn, for a millionaire, he's pretty artsy.
Yeah.
He can hold his own artsy, but I almost feel kind of weird there. Jay-Z talking about inshallah. It's weird to me.
Yeah, but you never know what people do in their personal life.
Sure. I'm just saying what I know.
He came out with that chain the one time. Remember that was
the
highly controversial. Remember when he was wearing?
So, but you never like shit. I mean, I don't broadcast everything that I do in my personal life on podcasts and stuff like that. So if you motherfuckers might see me on podcasts or social media and then come to my house and like, this is a whole different fucking world. You know what I mean? It's a whole different thing. So you don't know. But I just don't think I learned anything with this album. Then it's not to say that the music isn't great.
Yeah, and the lyrics.
Can I say something real quick though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where was it marketed that it was his debut album other than fans saying that? Because I didn't see that marketed as a debut album. I just saw Project coming.
Yeah, I mean, he was just saying, I got my joint is coming. You know what I mean? But that's the way it is.
Is it not?
So, I wouldn't classify.
I'm not looking for like an air of splitting hairs here. Is this not, or is it not? Where was his previous album? Like commercial release?
No, this is it.
This is it.
Or this is. I mean, they're saying Jay Electronica, but I mean, this is not. Because it's a guess, like people were saying
only built for Cuban links.
He produced a lot of this himself
too,
so it was kind of like.
But people were trying to compare it to like the Purple Tape and stuff like that. But with the Purple Tape and with Ray and Ghost, they were even keeled. They were both the same.
I don't think it's a comparison. I think it's kind of like it harkens to, but it ain't like.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, I'm not talking people on the internet because people on the internet was comparing this to saying like. With Ghost was all over Ray debut, and Ray and Capodanno was all over Iron Man. Like this ain't the same.
The internet is dickhead.
This ain't the same as that. You know what I mean? This is not the same.
From it.
This is not the same thing as that. This is a totally different thing. This nigga, I remember listening to songs on this joint and hearing the Jay Electronica verses. I'm like, yeah, this shit is banging. Then the next verse is Jay-Z. I'm like, who's this dude go somewhere? I want to hear another Jay Electronica verse. Why is Jay-Z rapping again? Yeah. He's on every fucking song. He's even on Shiny Suit Theory that's 10 years old.
I wouldn't even.
If you're gonna give me something 10 years old, I'd rather have Exhibit C.
Although I enjoyed it, I didn't expect it. Like, I enjoyed Jay-Z being on the album. I really did, because I'm a Jay-Z. However, I didn't expect it. Every song, I was kind of like, oh shit.
Every fucking song.
Oh shit.
And then on the track list on Tidal, they try to hide it because you don't see his name on it.
Like I said, featuring Travis Scott. So I'm like, okay, only Travis Scott.
We knew that a couple weeks back.
Yeah, we knew that.
I didn't know that.
They said it they said it, but I really wasn't. I was like, they internet lies. We know that. But when I heard it, and then, okay, let's say I thought maybe Jay-Z was going to do a chorus. You know what I mean? Maybe Jay-Z was going to do an opening. And then at least, he doesn't have one song on here with 2 verses. Jay Electronica. He doesn't have one song on this album with him spitting 2 fucking verses on it. That's ridiculous for a debut. That's ridiculous for anything.
It is. It sounds like an album, like you've been putting out albums every, 3 albums a year. Mm-hmm.
Like if
some Griselda shit.
Yeah, like if he was doing like what Griselda did, and then this like for the last 10 years, if he doing what Benny.
This would be doable. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you got so much, like you an MC, you got so much material that you got to put it out.
Yeah.
But
like I said, I don't think he really wants to do it. I don't think he really wants to put out albums.
You know what? In this, my experience in the music industry, the people that's best at music don't really want to do it.
Look at Andre.
They really don't want to do it.
It may be,
You know what I mean?
it may be a situation where, you know, and dare I say this?
Because it's the business.
And dare I say this, that he may be reticent to a degree where he is reluctant.
Mm-hmm.
And his pal / boss says, come on.
Yeah. What you doing? He actually alluded to that on the album.
To your contractual.
He actually alluded to that on the album. Let's get into stuff. Where we at, Sam?
Man, y'all like here 20 minutes.
Okay, let's get into some of the track. The overwhelming event. That's the opening with Minister Farrakhan. Dope. Talk about the children of Israel, everything like that. Dope fucking opening. I was ready for some fucking work. I was ready for some fucking work. Then you got Ghost of Soldier Slim.
Next time they bring up the gods, you're gonna respect us.
And the minister talking that.
You're gonna respect us.
But you got. I'm not letting Jay-Z open up my album. I'm not because it's my album.
I think that's psychologically it's a problem.
I don't like that. You know what I mean? Especially with like this. It's not. And I'm saying this because I don't think this is a debut album for Jay Electronica. I think it's a collaborative effort. It's a great collaborative effort between Jay Electronica and Jay-Z. That's just me. Soldier Slim is a dope song, but it's a collaborative effort. That's what it is. It's a dope. I listened to it fucking 5 or 6 times.
Let's get into the blinding.
Then we get into the blinding with Travis Scott.
Yo, how it goes in, like, it's crazy.
Where is it at? This is dope.
On a time there was a little youth, the cub of a lion, stowed away captive, a long way home from Zion.
You fuck with this TSK one?
Yeah, I mean, just him touching the teachings and going heavy. I mean, it's like, I mean, it feel like I'm a study group. You know what I'm saying? Or one of them ciphers.
He's what the second like official like big artist FOI member beside Cam?
There was another brother. I forget his name. Brother, I don't know how big he was. He was out in the 80s.
That's like officially X'd up.
He had a video. I can find out why you talk.
Yeah. Well, I talk. Well, I run my mouth. All right, so we got the blinded. We got the Never Ending Story.
Bricks with the master's grip, the poor was sleeping giant.
Which reminds me,
this right here.
Which reminds me of the joint he had back in the day. What was the joint he had? The Eternal Truth.
Yeah. Because I got that familiar feeling when I turned it on too.
It's that type of vibe or whatever like that. Then you got Shiny Suit Theory with Jay-Z and The Dream, which is old as fuck. Anybody thinking this is fucking new, it's not fucking new. This is old. This came out back when Puffy was trying to poach him. You know what I mean? Because, this was back when Puffy was trying to poach Jay Electronica. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you, hear me now, believe me later. If Diddy would have fucking got him, he would have had 20 albums out by now. Diddy would have cattle progged his ass into putting out material. Seriously. Jay-Z is because I remember hearing stories about Jay-Z and Rockefeller with Petey Crack, and Petey Crack was procrastinating around putting out his fucking album. You know what I mean? And they let that nigga fucking slide around for years and years, spending money and blowing his advances on Maseratis and girls and all that kind of shit like that without giving us a fucking album. You know what I mean? Diddy would have never went for that. He would have been fucking dropped, or fucking he would have had a fucking album out. But either way, Shiny Suit Theory is old as shit. Has The Dream. I don't even think The Dream is even singing anymore.
I thought The Dream was on production on a couple of them tracks, and I fuck with Terrius Nash.
Yeah, I fuck with The Dream, but I don't. This Shiny Suit Theory is old, right?
Yes.
Old as fuck. It's old as fucking Exhibit A and Exhibit C and all that shit. Yep. It's just as old as all those motherfuckers. So this don't even count as far as I'm concerned, and it still got Jay-Z on it.
As it should.
He would have had, listen, he would have been better off putting Exhibit C on this motherfucker. If I'm gonna get Shiny Suit Theory, he would have about to take Shiny Suit.
Look, you know it, the royalties. Let's bring the old song out to the new fans.
I know, but it might as well have Shiny Suit on there.
I mean,
no, not Shiny Suit. Might as well have Exhibit C on there.
Yeah,
give us some Exhibit C.
On Shiny Suit.
Who's on Shiny? Shiny Suit is just Jay Electronica and Just Blaze producing it.
Right, but you said Jay-Z's on there too.
No. He's not on. He's not on. Oh well,
on Shiny Suit Theory.
Well, he's on Shiny Suit Theory. But what I'm saying is, he could have put out like this is just me. I would have just put out if I'm gonna put on Shiny Suit on there. I guess they put Shiny Suit on there to make it cohesive because Jay-Z's on it. Because now it's all collaborative. It's nothing with just J Electronica, which is some bullshit. But whatever. Let's move on. You got
Alchemist doing some tracks.
yeah. You got Universal Soldier.
This my shit.
Universal Soldier. Let's skip to the middle of Universal Soldier. I hate digital because it gives you these little delays. You got to push when I have my CDs.
It's coming to age. I wore a ski mask and glove to the masquerade. I got the rock on my shoulder. Somebody should have told you I'm a motherfucking universal soldier.
That's a dope joint. Flux Capacitor is probably my favorite joint on here. That's number 7.
Can't go wrong with the flux capacitor.
Yeah. Shout out to Marty McFly. Doc Brown, Marty McFly. And then on this song, Jay-Z kind of shines on it because he goes into the whole NFL thing and everything like that, and basically saying, I mean, why would I sell out? I'm a billionaire. I could be sitting on the beach with my beautiful wife and not give a fuck about whether the NFL or people getting shot. So Flux Capacitor is dope. Did you fuck with Flux Capacitor TSK1?
I did. I do. I fuck with
Sabrina?
the joint.
I love the whole. I like the whole album.
Okay.
I mean,
Fruits.
the whole collab.
Fruits of the Spirit. This is dope.
I like how it just.
And I don't have a bad thing. I'm not gonna have a bad or negative thing to say about it. Like I said, like I prefaced my whole statement. It's a very important and poignant album. This right here. This my shit.
Yeah, Ezekiel was
It's
down.
on repeat for me right now. Like I can't get past this.
Yeah, this is a dope joint. Then you got APIDTA. What does that stand for, TSK1?
All praise is due to Allah.
There you go, bro. So we got,
which is all praise is due to Allah in Arabic is alhamdulillah.
And this joint is an awesome outro to the album. You know what I mean? And it's dope. I want to get into the cover. Did you see the cover of the album with the trees and the reflections or whatever like that? When I first saw it, you know what it looked like to me? I mean, it looked like sound waves. When you're looking at it, that's what I thought. Yeah, and that's what it looked like. It looked like sound waves, like when you watch, like when you look at Pro Tools or something like that.
Yeah,
it looks like sound waves. When you look at it, you can see it's like the trees and their reflection or whatever like that. But it looked like sound waves to me, and I thought that was fucking dope. You know what I mean?
And it's got to have some scientific.
Yeah, it's got to have something to it or like that. Because
everything is done. Everything is done for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
I loved how they had it in Arabic.
Yeah. I remember they had the track list in Arabic.
In case y'all didn't know, I am Arabic.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
Could you read it when it was in?
No, because I was born over here.
You were born over here. You didn't get all the Arabic.
And my family don't speak it.
Mm-hmm. But it was this album is dope, but I feel shortchanged. Because I didn't get all of the J Electronica that I should have. I thought I was going to get.
That's why I hate on Richie.
I needed a little short. I needed more J Electronica. It was short, and
this is the appetizer.
Listen,
let's hope
I hope we get some more. But
that's what I think. I think this is like an appetizer. That's a good point.
And TSK1 can attest to this. I'm a big Jay-Z fan. You know what I mean? I'm a big Jay-Z fan. So for me to tell you I didn't want to hear him.
Yeah.
Is a big thing, you know what I mean, out there in these streets. You know what I mean? I didn't need to, he didn't have to be on every song. I'm just sorry. This is not if any other artist, if Jay-Z would have did this, if Nas would have did this, if Pusha T would have did this, or Drake would have did this, or any other artist would have did this as a debut album, he would have got shitted all over. And I think that people were just so hungry
for something.
That they'll try to let it slide as a debut.
It's like the mystique superseded.
Yeah.
You know, what we got.
Let it slide as a debut. Not saying it's a bad project. It's a great project. I listened to it and I'm going to continue to listen to it. There's some dope shit on here. J Electronica, Brother Timothy, I need more, bro. You know what I mean? And this is coming from a mic you rapped on.
Yeah, he's spitting that mic.
You spitting this fucking mic, and I
Literally.
need this mic. You come down here, we can record it down here. You know what I mean? Fuck it. You know what I mean? But yeah, we just need a little bit more. You know what I mean? But like I said, some people just don't want to do albums. They just don't. They just want to rap. They just want to live their life and rap, and they're great at it. And that don't mean that you have to be a part of the industry. I get.
That's what I'm saying. I get that. I was thinking it in my head. I said, there's industry rappers and then there's rappers. And usually just the rappers are the best ones.
Because honestly, if he didn't have a contractual obligation to Rock Nation, you would have never heard this. You probably would have never heard this. He would have just whatever and did what he had to do, and you would have never heard any of this. So shout out to Jay-Z for giving him the cattle prod to get him out there. But I totally believe that he doesn't want to do records.
How much material, how much content you think he think he owes to Rock Nation?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Chris?
I don't know.
I
really don't know his contract.
Yeah, I really don't.
Speculate?
I can't even speculate.
I can't because everybody's is different.
Yeah, everybody's different. I don't know.
Some people don't have. You have to put out this many albums in this many years. Like every contract is different.
Some people might be like Megan Thee Stallions is one.
Word.
You know what I mean? So you never know. I mean, so that's our take on A Written Testament, Jay Electronica, new collaboration album, debut album fefeaturing Jay-Z on every song.
Very important to support.
You know what I mean? But check it out.
It's very refreshing. In an age of money, drugs, and
I like drugs.
Bitches. I hate using that word, but that's this album is very refreshing.
You gotta be so clear. You gotta be so clear
descriptive. So you gotta use that point. You know, use that word to make your point. But
yeah, no, because I gotta speak to them on
this right here is a breath of fresh air, just in terms of the content, and it's very in the term that I use with Brother Sultan earlier today when we had a conversation. It's like in 2020. Brother, Jay Electronica is symbolic to that basket made out of papyrus. As I read the Bible.
Yeah. So that's our take on that. We're gonna be right back. More Rap Delites, more TSK1, more Kia Sabrina, and more Kissy Mac, more backs.
Rap Delites.
Just in case, huh?
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast, home of organic hip hop commentary, no gossip, no cultural appropriation. We all hype up in here, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers got stalkers and shit, you know what I mean? I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names out in these streets.
No
you know
fronting. Add no fronting to that too. I saw Ema and Greg.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I saw them that yesterday.
I gotta get when we gonna have a whole thing once the weather break. Once we open the deck back up, you know how I go, Chris.
Shout out to my
deck life, fucking stogies and shit. You know what I mean? Y'all hear? We got a possible Conway the Machine album coming.
You know what?
The 30th of March.
I'm gonna dispel that and say ain't possible. It's
definitely coming.
That's coming. Come on, man.
Yeah, you know them motherfuckers.
You got sprinkled. You know what I mean with the language and stuff.
I don't know, but are you here for a new Conway the Machine album?
What? That motherfucker's a lyrical beast.
What the?
That too.
I wasn't gonna lie.
It wasn't none of us this time.
Yeah, it wasn't none of us.
But nah, that Conway is a lyrical fucking done dada. Motherfuckers bananas and you know what I mean. But I mean I don't give it. Honestly don't give a shit about the topic matter or the content. The skill factor. I'm 100% aboard for that shit. Yeah. I can't wait for that shit.
I know Kia Sabrina is just getting baptized into this Griselda life.
Yes.
It's take you back to 93, 92, 93.
Well, the last album he came out with was Look What I Became.
Right.
Which was 2000. It was last year. So it's about due anyway.
Yeah. He has an interesting story. He had an accident where he was shot. And so he was partially paralyzed or something like that in the mouth or in his face. So that affected him rapping. So now he
don't.
affected him at first.
Well.
And
He raps different from the way
but he
rapped
pushed
before.
harder to
Okay.
kind of like, it made him strive harder. So now he raps a little differently. But yeah, I did my research today. I did my homework today.
Homework on Conway the Machine.
Yeah.
But Chrissy Mack, are you here for a Conway the Machine
Fucking
album?
right, I'm here for it.
Why you gonna ask her that?
Griselda BSF.
Look at that smile.
Yeah, I'm here, and this is going to be his like official release on a major, because this is going to be under Shady.
Okay.
Everything
Gotcha.
like that, you know what I mean? So this is going to be
You know, Benny and everybody's gonna be on it.
and not like Jay-Z though.
No. No. These dudes live in the studio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You see, and this is what
Jay-Z live in the studio.
listen.
That's why I could have been stop fucking recording.
And this is going to be a telling. Listen, this is going to be a telling of what I was talking about. Now, Conway done put out a ton of fucking albums prior to this album that's coming out on the 30th or whatever the case may be. I can guarantee you that West Side Gun and Benny ain't going to be on every song. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee that Conway the Machine is not going to have an album as a debut on a major. He can do it actually. He could put Benny and Westside on every fucking song and nobody can really say anything because he's already been tried and true and proven. You know what I mean? But he's not. He's going to have joints. He's going to have slappers.
And they definitely going to have invites and collabs with people that's not from the collective.
Yeah.
But collabs with other people.
What's the new boy they just signed?
The boy from Detroit.
Was it Bully James?
Yes.
Yeah, so they just signed.
They got a song out.
Yeah.
That song just dropped.
Yeah, so that might be on the album.
But look, all tours is canceled all year long from the coronavirus. So imagine from Griselda now that they can't tour because they live on the road.
Yeah.
Everybody is going to be related
I told you, Trisha going to dude mode. Trisha going to do it. Yeah, I mean,
I'm like, damn.
It's the Henny. It's the Henny. My cup is empty.
You know I'm a bitch ass nigga. Ow.
That wasn't even really that.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. Ow. You gonna leave a bruise right there. Nah, we good. Oh man, but yeah, we here for a Conway the Machine album. Shout out to Conway the Machine. Did y'all see the new official trailer for the Beastie Boy documentary?
Yeah.
Saw it. Yeah, I peeped that shit. I can't wait for it, man. I think it sounds very interesting. I mean, them dudes let a different, interesting, not different, but interesting, like, rise to fame. I mean, they had a rise, fall. That shit was like mountainous peaks and shit, just in terms of like that, that sound waves and shit.
Yeah.
Just up and down, just in terms of everything that they was able to do. I can't wait to. I love documentaries, especially about entertainers and artists and shit.
Me too.
So I definitely can't. I'm very interested in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm Kia Sabrina, did you see this trailer?
I didn't see the trailer, but I can't wait for it to come out because the Beastie Boys are like, our era. Yeah. I know it's my era. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, well, you two guys are
we all around the same.
Yeah, it was from my era, the 80s. I'm an 80s baby.
I was expecting one of you motherfuckers to say, he older.
Wait, you're an 80s baby?
Yeah.
I'm a 70s baby.
Well, I'm a 70s baby, but I think we rep the 80s. I'm 77. But we rep the 80s because I don't remember anything about the 70s.
Me and her the same.
I'm 77.
We came in the world.
I thought you were younger.
We came in the world in the 70s, but guess what? When you come of age, it's an 80s.
Yeah. Growing up and started listening to music when the
start running the
Beastie Boys
street.
came out. Yeah.
When we started running the street was in the 90s.
As they say when you came off the porch. Back
and it took me a long ass time to come off the porch.
I remember when you came off the porch.
Because I was on your porch. When I came off the porch, I was on your steps.
Hanging out
I went from my porch to your steps. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I drove through Marcus Street today. I was like, you know what? It was not the same.
Nah, it ain't the same Marcus Street.
Yo, they built some shit. They built some fucking they built some bullshit, some gentrified shit on the corner. Marcou in Paris.
Oh no.
Where the Chinese store was.
Remember the Chinese store?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's progressive, but.
Chrissy Mack, you here for this Beastie Boys documentary?
I watch it. I wasn't a huge Beastie Boys fan, but I do like documentaries. It's always interesting to see people's personal lives. That's just the human nature being somebody else's business and see what was really going on behind the scenes.
It's kind of entertainment, you know what I mean? Just to see how people.
I mean, I always used to read. I mean, like before the age of the internet, I used to buy the hip hop books, and because people used to put out books back then, and I used to read all the behind the scenes stuff for everything. Yeah, I was always into that.
What was it that used to do behind the music? What was that? MTV.
VH1.
VH1, like all them shits.
But before they was even doing that, like they was putting out books, like they was putting out books in the 80s and 90s, and I used to subscribe to all them magazines, everything. I wanted to know everything I could about music.
You making concoctions over there?
I'm about to make a little cocktail.
What's that, vanilla?
That's peach, honey, baby. That's peach.
I can't have that.
You don't want none of that?
Sweet ass.
Peach, baby.
Sweet ass motherfucker.
Oh, you know what? I said I wasn't drinking any more hard alcohol.
Doing it today. You gonna learn today. I'm you know me, I'm a big movie guy.
Got him.
I'm a big movie guy, so I'm definitely going to be checking this out. This is going to be streaming on Apple, but it's probably going to be in other mediums. Hopefully it'll get into the theaters or like that.
Try it.
The director, Spike Jonze, he did a lot of movies.
Mike Jones?
Huh?
Not Mike Jones?
Spike Jonze. He did.
Whatever happened to that nigga?
I don't know. He directed B.M. John Malkovich.
Oh, okay.
B.M. John Malkovich. You seen about B.M. John Malkovich?
Yeah.
You know about B.M. John Malkovich.
I saw that shit in theaters.
That's some weird shit.
Yeah, he directed that. He directed Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah.
He directed Three Kings with Mark Wahlberg, Ice Cube.
So what you're saying is what you're saying and with those who are uninitiated is this shit is going to be really good.
Yeah, it should be really good because this guy is a real director. He ain't just some hanky panky.
This dude a fucking artist.
Yeah.
This dude a thespian.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I wasn't, like Chrissy said, I wasn't the biggest Beastie Boy fan. I always tell TSK can attest to it. When Mel Banks used to bring over the fucking tape all the time, and
it kind of fucked it up for people.
Yeah. My man Mel. Shout out to my man Mel Banks.
Shout out. What's up, Mel?
He used to come through, and he was a Beastie Boy fan. I had a radio. He didn't have a radio, but he had a tape. So he used to always just come over my house to listen to the tape.
That's another brother that probably soldiered with with Brother Tim.
Yeah, so he used to come through and play the Beastie Boys, and it was okay. But I'm through their career, I learned to appreciate their musicianship. You know what I mean? And what they brought to the game as far as musicians and everything like that. So shout out to the Beastie Boys. Shout out to Spike Jonze. Shout out to Def Jam Records. Shout out to Rick Rubin.
Shout out to Rush.
Shout out to Russell Simmons in Bali or wherever he is hiding out right now. Hanging out or hiding out, wherever he at.
Meditating.
Meditating, whatever the case may be.
Wherever there's countless beads.
Yeah, doing this thing. We're going to get into the Artist of the Week. I know TSK1 is busting in his pants over there. TSK1 is busted in his pants over there.
Man,
you know what I mean?
I love these dudes, man. These dudes was like impactful.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Artist of the Week is the Pharcyde. It's a hip hop quartet from South Central Los Angeles, who formed in 1989. The original four members are Amani. Can I get through my spill? Amani, Slim Kid, Booty Brown, Fat Lip. DJ Mark Love was the group's first DJ, followed by producer Jay Swift, and then followed by producer Jay Dilla. Shout out to Jay Dilla, who was a later DJ for the Pharcyde. The group is perhaps best known for their singles "Passing Me By," "Running," "Drop," as well as their first debut album, "Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde." They had their second album. What's the second album?
Rap Cabin, California.
There you go. 1995. Then they had Plain Rap that came out in 2000, and they had Humble Beginnings, which came out in 2004, which is actually a dope ass album.
Yeah, man.
And I wanted, before I even get into it, because I always go around the room and ask everybody what they thought about it. Every time I'm on the internet or some shit like that, and I hear people crying and whining me about, oh man, real hip hop is dead. Ain't no real hip hop no more. It's gone. You know what I mean? Like back when I was growing up, whatever the case may be. I want y'all brothers to go back, because I know, because I was in the shit, and I was buying albums, and I was doing all of that shit, and it's a lot of shit I didn't get. I didn't hear these albums. I didn't hear these last 2 Pharcyde albums. So when you say there's no more hip hop, you just ain't going out there and getting it, because the people that you love from the late 80s or 90s and all that kind of stuff, was putting joints out, and they're out there and you can check them out. And you can get that fix from that time. You know what I mean?
And that bears witness and is a test, to what Cool Kim
said, yeah.
About like all these cats, about out here talking about, I'm for the culture, I'm about hip hop, but all these artists from our era, they still recording, they still putting out material, they still creating. Yeah. But you know what I mean? That is what it is. But
So Pharcyde, TSK1, fuck with them.
But that's an understatement. I mean, like. When Passing Me By came over me, it was like a fucking wave. It was like, yo, what the fuck was that?
I remember that.
Then I couldn't find it. I was like, they played on the radio, but they kind of like pulled it back. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Where was that song? I didn't get the title, I didn't get the name, but I got the melody. And I kept, it was stuck with me. I kept saying.
Didn't you used to you would call and request it?
I did.
Yeah,
I didn't never call radio.
Yeah, TSK1. I remember that. TSK1 used to call and request the song.
I ain't like used to. I did one time. Yeah. But it was just like, yo, once I found out what that song was, it came back. Whatever. I don't know what the politics is with radio stations. They do dumb shit like that. But no, like, the thing I feel about, like, it's an interesting, a fun fact about that particular album. The Bizarre Ride to the, Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde. There were 2 actually masters, 2 recordings of the same album. Like, once it coming out of Your Mama, there's 2 different versions of Your Mama. And I have both of those tapes. I forgot. I meant to bring them
here.
And one of them what Your Mama goes out when they busting on each other and they snapping on each other.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Another one just goes right in, goes off and it fades right into Passing Me By. So, and it was just around that one track though. But the album was psychedelically fucking brilliant, and it was a brilliant thing about the Pharcyde. They were so silly and so socially conscious. Like if you took 3 Def Jam and Rush associated artists, they collectively are like the Beastie Boys, Public Enemy, and I'll throw Redman as a later, Redman. Well, he wasn't in Run DMC. Just on a strictly hip hop, indeed, no question. Like they had it, man. They gave you like social commentary with some silly shit to it, and these dudes wasn't afraid to say that like which is yours and Joe Budden's favorite topic, beating off every.
Yes.
Is that what I'm tagged? Beating off? Is that my tag?
But these dudes was amazing, man, and it's like I like to think that they were a precursor to Kendrick. Coming from California, you know what I mean? In the heyday of G-Funk, they was a precursor to Kendrick, Tyler the Creator, and many other artists. They preceded that shit. And I wonder if they get their proper credit from those.
Well, they're getting their. That's what this segment is about. You know what I mean? For people like, and I mean, we're doing a whole. I felt as though we were doing a lot of East Coast, so I wanted to spin. This is why we've been doing the Pharcyde and who else did we do? We did the Alcoholics. That was earlier in the seasons or whatever like that. Del, the Funk Mischief. So just spinning around in that area. So I just want to lay around there for a while just to give those people in that region their credit. So we won't get so heavy on the East Coast or whatever the case may be. Kia Sabrina, the Pharcyde. Did you what was your favorite joint from the Pharcyde?
Oh shit! They had this song called "Oh Shit."
That was my shit. I was listening to that shit.
I remember when I first heard them, I'm like, where the fuck are they from? Because I couldn't figure it out. Right. And to know that they were from South Central LA blew my mind, because for me, South Central LA was like Ice Cube. It was fucking hard. It was gangsta. Yeah.
It was a place where busting the cap was instrumental.
They used little jazz. It introduced me to the world of jazz and hip hop. It was crazy, and it just makes you wanna. When you hear them, you just wanna. You wanna go into that dance. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Like how could you not? But yeah, I love the Pharcyde.
I didn't even think of wearing that shirt.
Oh, the Delicious Vinyl.
Delicious Vinyl.
That was the record
hey.
label.
Yeah, you was
Delicious Vinyl.
Yeah.
I was on my P's and Q's.
I dropped the fucking
Did
ball.
you know
You couldn't have both of us with a Delicious Vinyl shirt on.
Yeah,
you know, we look like the Bopsy twins up in here.
I would have ate that. I wanted to represent.
You wanted to rap.
I wanted to represent. But go ahead.
Chrissy Mack, Pharcyde. You have a favorite joint?
Shout out to the Pharcyde. They follow me on IG.
Everybody follow Chrissy Mack on IG.
Get him on the show.
Yeah, I need to get like
Get him on the
Chrissy
show,
Mack.
Chrissy.
You know what I mean? But yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, hey, yo, if y'all in Philly, man, for real. We'll have you on the show. And I forgot to bring my vinyl, and I wanted to bring my vinyl so bad, too,
Your
because
Delicious Vinyl?
when you couldn't find Passing Me By, I had it
Pun
on
well
wax.
intended.
Pun Wellington, your Delicious Vinyl.
Get him on the show. Have him call in.
I'll see if I can make that happen.
No, yes.
I'll see if I can make that happen, for real. Yo, I mean, yeah, that song caught my attention. I love their voices. Their voices is so distinct, and they all go together. And in the documentary, they were saying how they all shared a house together so they could keep that energy so that when they came...
And you heard that on the album, yeah.
Yes. That and Running was one of my favorites, too, the Dilla produced joint.
I like the way their sounds change throughout the albums and everything. You know what I mean?
And you know what? I don't think I ever seen y'all live. I don't think I ever been to a show, so I'm kind of disappointed about that.
I remember hearing, like I said, TSK1. Shout out to TSK1 because he he put me on to the Pharcyde. Like I was like.
Keep saying that.
You know what I mean? And he put me onto a lot of shit. You know what I mean? But I can. You know what I mean? This is the only one I'm going to give him credit for.
Story of my life.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But
What
he
he
put
want
me
from
on.
me?
Yeah, but as far as when Passing Me By came out, it was a love song.
Essentially.
You know what I mean? It was a love song. You know what I mean? And people seem to forget. I mean, in this whole age of bitches ain't shit and you know what I mean, these hoes ain't loyal, that you can do a love song. You can love
that
women.
perspective was unfucking
yeah,
weird,
like
you know what I mean?
you know what I mean? And it was they got shined on, but they still fell for the girl. You know what I mean? And that's needed. That balance in hip hop is needed. When you take that away, you just got fucking just toxic masculinity. And I'm the prince of toxic masculinity. But I have my fucking limits. You know what I mean?
And two of those samples on that track was a Jimi Hendrix. I think it's Are You Experienced?
Mm-hmm.
And Quincy Jones. I forget the name of that track, but you know, like when you hear the originals, man, it just gives you a deeper. When you hear any originals, you know, where something was sampled from, it gives you a deeper respect for our hip hop acts that basically took that and put it in and gave it a new life, man. It's awesome. You know, Lab Cabin, California. I say, you know, going back to 1995 because I was, you know, Running was the big hit off of that album. It was the first release, and I say shame on me because I never got into that album until a couple years ago. It was a 20-year anniversary on SoundCloud. DJ Spinner, shout out to DJ Spinner. On SoundCloud did a 20-year anniversary mix of the album, and I'm thinking it's some new shit. Duh. Dickhead.
It's shit.
It's the same album that Running was on, and I like tuned out for whatever reason because it was just so much shit going on in 1995.
Yeah.
That it was a breath of fresh air.
But that's what recordings are there for.
Yeah.
For you to be able to, they're archived. For you to be able to go back to it and like, okay, it's here and I can receive it now. That's what I was saying in the beginning of this segment. That, you know what I mean, anybody that's saying that hip-hop is dead, there ain't no hip-hop no more, you can't sit here and tell me you heard every single hip-hop album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
unless you heard every single hip hop album, you can't say that. You got to go back and you go listen to that shit that you missed.
And you know
what I mean?
When I say like hip hop can't be dead, if you alive, and you say you rap hip hop, guess what? Get out there and breathe some life into the culture.
Absolutely. I was listening to Humble Beginnings and before when I was starting up. This is a banger. It got slappers on here. You know what I mean? This shit is fucking banging. So we just want to give you brothers the flowers that y'all deserve while y'all here. Shout out to the Pharcyde.
And thank you.
You know what I mean? Thank you for your contribution to the culture. Imani, Slim Kid, Booty Brown, Fat Lip, everybody. You know what I mean? Who they still do projects here and there, either separately or.
One of them motherfuckers like my post. Because I've been doing a little, post and shit.
Yeah. So to piggyback on what's needed in hip hop, and I mean love and the love of women and everything like that. DaBaby slaps a woman at a concert.
Woo!
if you gonna ask me first,
you want me to spin back to you?
No. I was like, what I wrote in my notes is a sucker is a sucker. Ice Cube said a bitch is a bitch. So that's what that is. I got a bathroom break.
Okay, you want to run out?
While y'all talk about it.
While we talk about it. We're about to end the segment. Can you put a clothespin on it? You alright? This is the last segment right here.
Yeah,
put a clothespin.
I'm done. I said what I said my piece. Go ahead. What y'all think?
Kia Sabrina. Say it.
Yeah.
Say the damn thing.
I mean, damn. Why you gotta slap a woman? Why you gotta slap? First of all, why you gotta slap anybody?
His reason was a bitch is a bitch.
But the woman claims that she has some sort of concussion.
Of course she did.
My mama told me, if somebody slapped me, I am slapping them back. I don't know, like.
Probably a white girl.
No, it was a black woman. It was a woman of color. It was a woman of color, and she was a woman.
She's probably a valley girl.
No, she wasn't a valley girl. She was a woman.
She was.
All right, forget everything I said.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't see any reason behind slapping a woman. If a woman slaps you back, there's certain it slaps you. There's certain reflexes.
If you coming after me, then you beware.
And I've had this conversation with my daughter, like, if a man should never put his hands on you. A man is always stronger than a woman. However, you as a woman should never initiate hitting a man because he's going to hit you back. Expect what you get. You know what I mean? Even though it's wrong, expect what you get. But I just don't. I can't ever see.
I always tell my daughter to, like, if you get into anything with some nigga out in the street, I said, do just enough to get away from him. Away from him. Don't fight him.
No. Absolutely.
Do just enough to get away from him and call me. Do just enough to get away from him. You shouldn't be in there going towards him.
Exactly.
To fight
don't
him.
Be aggressive.
Yeah, toe to toe with him. You should be doing whatever you got to do to get away from him, and then you come get me, and then we'll straighten shit out. You know what I mean? But Chrissy Mack, DaBaby, smacking the girl at a concert.
Okay.
I know how you feel.
I watched the video or whatever, and somebody hit him, but it was the girl next to him. So then he went and smacked the wrong girl back. If it was me, he be getting fucked up. I don't care who you are. You hit me, I'ma hit you back. What am I saying on it? I mean, I don't really think there's nothing to say on it. Like, it is what it is. Like, you are who you are. You did what you did. Whether it was a reflex, whether you a bitch and you hit on women, I don't really have an opinion on what happened.
Well, I saw the video, and then I saw he went on Instagram Live and explained what was going on or whatever the case may be. And basically what he said, he was walking through the crowd. Somebody had the camera on their phone with the flash on.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't see who it was, but the motherfucker just had a joint in his face, and he just did a smack.
I think
it showed him smacking whoever had a camera.
I think his security should have took care of it. I don't think he should have did it. I think his security should have.
See, but then you got to realize the type of motherfucker you dealing with. This dude beat a murder charge for self-defense. Shot some motherfucker in Walmart. He was out with his family. Some nigga ran up on him in Walmart in fucking North Carolina, and he got into it and he shot the dude. And he died. The dude died. You know what I mean?
It's an interesting.
You know, I mean, this dude is like this. Like, everybody think that, you a rapper and I can just walk up. Like, some motherfuckers is some We grew up in the streets.
We grew up in West Philly.
We grew up in the streets, and you know, and
in the
you know,
90s,
and you know that there's some motherfuckers you just don't run up on.
Yes,
Right?
that's so
And that's
true.
male or female.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Male or female.
In this city,
yeah.
Like I learned, like, especially growing up around there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you ain't had to have no microphone or be on the stage and be a celebrity. There was celebrities in the hood.
Yeah.
And guess what? It was rules in the street that said, don't cross that line.
And some motherfuckers you just don't run up on it, and you know it as a dude,
and you
know it as a chick. You know, all right. What's up, Peanut?
Yeah,
and you keep it fucking moving.
I have some family members that I can't run up on.
That you don't run up on. You know what I mean? Because some motherfuckers, like people say, oh yeah, bitch, he hit a girl. Some niggas will hit a girl, and then she go get her brother, and he'll beat the shit out of her brother. So is he still a bitch? You know what I mean? Yeah, he hit a girl, but then you went and got your big hot cock diesel ass brother. You beat the shit out of your brother. You know what I mean? And whoever else came down the pike. You know what I mean? So this is the type of nigga you dealing with. And he was totally apologetic about it.
Was she just taking a picture?
He was doing a video and he was flashing his face and he slapped. He was a reflex that he said.
So what was he reflex? He hit the wrong person.
And he hit the wrong person.
There was somebody that hit him first because she was trying to get a video of him.
Mm-hmm. But he said he couldn't see who it was because of the flash.
Yeah, so where was his security?
Right. Yeah, see, motherfuckers like that, they need like me, if I become that big, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna have like a bunch of like Young and May type of chicks around me. You know what I mean? Chicks that when a chick acts stupid, bro, I got Chrissy Mack.
I knew he was.
I got Chrissy Mack. Let me tell you, chicks, y'all run up on me with the bullshit. Right here. You know what I mean? With the bullshit. She always got on Timbs. You know what I mean? Or some kind of boots, and you gonna get stomped the fuck out. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? And that's the type of motherfucking chicks you need around if you're a motherfucker like that. You shouldn't be. You got too much to lose. And that's my biggest problem with him. He has too much to lose and too much he's working for to lose it over some bullshit out here in the streets.
Yeah, tighten up, man.
You know what I mean? So he got to tighten up.
That's that's my statement. Like, is the apology sincere?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you wrong, you wrong. Eat it.
Yeah. So that's the Rap Delites podcast. Everybody good?
It was fun.
That is good.
Shout out to my brother TSK1. Shout out to Kia Sabrina. Shout out to Chrissy Mack. Shout out to myself. Make sure y'all watch us on YouTube. Make sure y'all watch us on Facebook. Make sure y'all listen on Spotify. All the mediums. We'll catch y'all next go round, next episode. Peace.
I got the corona.
You might have it the way you keep coughing. I'm trying to support you, but damn. They sliding.
Yeah, listen, me and Chris.
I told you. I'm getting over a cold. I said that.
I'm trying to be out in these streets tonight, and you coughing.
Tonight.
Get some drinks and some crabs.
I'm just trying to have remnants of
Rap Delites.